Alright guys, we're back with Marble, and he is a leash chewer. I'm going to tell you right, you guys will see, this will end up getting resolved, but I will tell you once they do it, you're always going to see glimmers of it during that dog's life. If you can redirect them off that fairly quickly, but, you know, because Shannon's kids, and we've got to go to the horse farm and train and work with the kids, except for there's going to be the awkward questions about Marble, or if Marble's with us. I don't know. Shannon would probably get him back if he was trained, if he didn't run away. Anyway, but, you know, just the way their fence is, it's just the kind of fence that keeps horses in, doesn't keep dogs in. That's the problem.
Right.
Anyway, so they would put the big lead ropes and stuff on them. And, you know, and that's why you guys at home, I always say use the lightest leash possible. And I got to say, I kind of didn't like this leash at the beginning, but I already told Crystal if anything happens to this leash, I'm quitting training. Because I'm just looking for an excuse to start that prank show. And so when, you know, years from now when my prank show's real popular and they say, well, what, you know, motivated you to start this prank show? And I'll say, well, I was a dog trainer and I had this favorite leash. I told the girl that worked for me. Oh, you'd still probably show that. I told Crystal, when something happens to you, don't matter. Yeah, that's fun. Anyway, so what I'm doing is shaping the heel. And what I'm doing with, you know, even kind of what I was doing, well, no, Lucy already had a heel. With Irish, too, I'm adding the down really before I have the heel. You don't always have to have the particular sequence I have. Different ones, I might have a different sequence. Now, I can tell you right now, I don't think that this dog did do the down treats, though. That's where you've got to start. And I know you're saying, why don't you say down, and point and gesture and be real frenetic? This is like, cause that's not how the character acts. You can add the down. I mean, you know, to me, the down, because even with Mishka, that Schnauzer, you know, they were never able to really get her to walk on the leash, and that's, you know, again, partly like, you know, Noble, my old quarter horse. I mean, that thing was trained to the nines, but someone that didn't know how to ride got on. Well, let me tell you how long it took him to figure that one out. Not very long. And then he would just do whatever. No amount of pulling or doing or whatever could change or stop it, you know. And so that's what you guys have to think of with these dogs. It's not that, you know, it's how do you train a mule, get their attention. So I tell you what's working out real good is these hot dogs. So what I'm doing right there is I'm adding my nick, and I do have my remote behind my back, but I'm just adding it at the pivotal moment, right as he's about to go down. Factoring it into the equation. Tell you what's the most fascinating training tool on the planet? This thing. You know, and it's honestly baffling to me. People that don't use any kind of tool, I would feel like you would have to get out there on a daily basis and feel crippled. Crippled! Crippled by virtue of inability to communicate. You know, at anything that involved anything without a leash on. Why would you cripple yourself? Down. The other thing I have to start factoring into the equation right now, though, is that leash pressure is going to be part of this dynamic. If I just really tried to put a lot of leash pressure on this dog, I'm going to tell you what to do. It'll lurch its neck up real quick like. You know, you can do that really just by getting your foot on there. Telling you what's going over good, these snacks. These are the same hot dogs we had though, Crystal. These definitely don't puff up like the Marble. Good. You know, there was no correction for him getting up right there because there was really no down. I was just shaping the behavior. You have to remember, I mean, that their level of consciousness in the beginning of training is not what it is later on because you haven't taught them to watch you as close and stuff. Marble. Yeah, we're going to Zetta's tomorrow. But Crystal, we got to get out of here early because if we have to factor chatting up Zetta into the show.
Right.
We need. Oh, remind me. Let's check out Aaron's YouTube. You know, because we got to get at least Aaron one guest spot. Then we'll help him, you know, do his YouTube or whatever. You know, he's got a pretty good handle on it. I mean, surfers usually have GoPros and good YouTubes.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you why. Because other surfers, I'll tell you what other surfers like to watch. That stuff. All the people are at home, they're like, who cares? Well, I'll tell you who cares. The kids around here that surf, that's it. All right, look, so I'm going to put my foot on there. Down. So I'm doing two things there. I'm adding my pressure and I'm adding my pager. I am not trying to see if this is the one dog that I can get it to do without. I need a consistent, reliable cue, and that's where I'm headed with this. I want the dog to understand the precursor of all of any pressure. You know, I don't know if there's any old home movies of Noble Team Penny. Let me tell you what, he was good. I've told you guys the story before, but you know, you've got to go get 3 cows that have the same 3 number. I think there's like, I don't know how many there are. Maybe it's like 1 through 9. There's 3 with each number, and you've got to cut out the 3 with that number and get them in this pen. And it's got to be a team thing because you got to close off this little opening, and then one person has to push them in there and keep them from going around the gate. And well, Noble could do it all by himself. I promise you, it's not true. We'll go over to Tommy Brown's house and ask him. I can't remember what you won. But let me tell you what. I rode him into the thing. I got the cows. I came running out of the herd. I got all 3 of them right here. Noble ran him right in there. And he was the type, you know, because he was a cow-bred quarter horse. He would bite him in the butt to get him moving. That's how helpful he was with, you know, he knew what the deal was. You know, it's kind of like I was telling Crystal, you know, if Elliot and Andre saw us admonishing that little bulldog, they're all in on the game. You know, they're finna show you how it needs to be done. You know?
Yeah.
Show you how you know, admonish a bulldog.
Yeah.
Because I tell you how Elliot and Andre really aren't that crazy about this. All right, look, so I've got my foot on there. I'm going to try to do everything at once. Down. And it's not even that I'm really using the pager to get him down or the leash, because you see what I'm getting ready to down? What I didn't want was a big fight right there. And that was good because it was a little fight. It was a little fight. I can tell you, a little dog like this is very, very strong. All right, so from here, then what I can do, and things will start moving a lot more rapidly with this one now. You'll see, I can start, you know, unless you can think of a name, Crystal, I mean, I'm already kind of getting invested in this marble thing. Marble! Problem is, I don't want Madison to hear us talking about the dog. I've already got my recall. Marble, that's why I can bend the dog. Marble. So I'll tell you where I'm at, you guys. Well on my way to shaping heel. You know, and honestly for me, you know, at home you might add a little recall at the end, but what honestly you guys don't want is to be, the training to be too hyper concentrated. Kind of did a little bit of it here, but now we're going to do the recall with the other dogs. So be kind of spaced out a little bit. I don't want everything to be hyper concentrated into one little session and then the rest of the day nothing. You do have to kind of spread it out. We'll be right back.